nuestra página web. Estas son para las redes, ¿verdad? Nosotros somos de la opinión que marketing es lo más importante en estos momentos. Podemos ser muy buenos, tenemos los mejores productos, pero si no lo comunicamos a nuestros clientes, pues al final va a ser un poquito más difícil vender, ¿verdad? Les voy a dejar aquí cuáles son los hashtags. Tenemos @TivaMedic y #PromoItaliaGT. Y cuáles son las redes, @tiva_medic, que es nuestro Instagram y Facebook. Tenemos también @promoitalia.usa, porque USA, Estados Unidos es quien nos distribuye o quien nos atiende, ¿verdad? Y tenemos al doctor Ahmed Siliha, que es el cirujano plástico de Egipto, que nos está acompañando la mañana de hoy. Para los que no nos conocen, nosotros somos Corporación Tiva Internacional, tenemos 2 unidades de negocio, tenemos Tiva Beauty, que vamos enfocados más hacia un mercado de esteticistas, cosmetras, ¿verdad? O también si ustedes tienen alguna asistente que les ayude en clínica, podemos utilizar estos tratamientos o productos que vendemos en Tiva Medic. Y tenemos Tiva Beauty, Tiva Medic, que nos estamos enfocando en el mercado de médicos, ¿verdad? Más que todo con productos, y ahí sí pues traemos a doctores extranjeros a que hagan seminarios. Esto es un poco de macro tendencias. Yo creo que es muy importante tomar en cuenta qué es lo que está pasando en el mundo, ¿verdad? Y muchas veces nos cerramos en Guatemala, nos cerramos en qué está pasando en Estados Unidos porque está muy cerca, pero nosotros vemos un poquito más allá, vemos qué está pasando en Asia, qué está pasando en Europa, porque todos esos son los trendings, ¿verdad? Ellos son usualmente la innovación en productos que viene a Guatemala, estas tendencias, ¿verdad? Actualmente todos nuestros clientes que utilizan redes sociales, ya sea personas jóvenes, personas mayores, están utilizando muchos filtros, ¿verdad? Y eso es lo que nosotros hacemos con medicina estética. Nosotros hacemos que el rostro luzca mejor, que la persona tenga una piel más uniforme, ¿verdad? Con los fillers podemos dar volumen a labios. Entonces, si está esta tendencia, lo que podemos ofrecer a nuestros clientes es lucir una piel sin afecciones y dar volumen al rostro en donde lo desean. Todo esto lo podemos lograr nosotros con medicina estética y les podemos decir, miren, ya no use tanto filtro, le puedo por supuesto dejar como el filtro que le gusta. Ojo, hay filtros que también ya son demasiado exagerados, pero sí es importante ver las macro tendencias. Los productos que estamos presentando el día de hoy, que va a ser ácido poliláctico, a nivel Asia, a nivel Europa está demasiado trending, ¿verdad? Ahorita lo que viene, la moda, igual viene también peelings, ¿verdad? Que está otra vez activándose, y esto no solo lo podemos ver con el tema de médicos o con nuestros proveedores, con la información que nos lo pasan. Si ustedes se ponen a ver TikTok, Instagram, todo esto, las influencers están muy trending, y estas son las oportunidades que tenemos que aprovechar. Todo lo que está de moda es donde nos da a nosotros mayor rentabilidad, 1, por la demanda que genera, y 2, porque cuando es innovación, obviamente, pues los precios son un poco más altos, ¿verdad? Que nosotros podemos ofrecer al consumidor. Y por último, y con esto quiero terminar, es de que recordemos que nosotros no vendemos productos, no vendemos procedimientos, ¿verdad? Nosotros vendemos autoestima, y nosotros nos comprometemos como empresa siempre a ofrecerles los mejores productos, las mejores marcas, porque sabemos que si ustedes están bien, si quedan bien con su cliente va a regresar a ustedes. Y ustedes van a regresar a nosotros. También les podemos ofrecer para sus asistentes, sus secretarias, cursos de marketing o de ventas para que ellas puedan vender los procedimientos. Muchas veces llegamos a las clínicas y la secretaria está sentada, solo le toma el nombre, revisa la fecha y ahí queda. Y realmente este es un activo que tiene la empresa, es una persona que está ahí sentada, que más que agendar citas y llamar, puede ser la persona que pueda vender. Entonces veamos muy bien el perfil de quien nos apoya en nuestra clínica, y con mucho gusto nosotros podemos capacitarla de nuestros productos y podemos darles herramientas para que ellas puedan cerrar ventas en lo que ustedes están atendiendo pacientes. El día de hoy nos acompaña Andrea Arias, que es la gerente de mercadeo de perdón, que es la gerente de ventas de Promo Italia de Latinoamérica, y nos acompaña el doctor Ahmed Siliha. Andrea nos va a dar unas palabras y muchas gracias por su participación.
Buenos días, doctores. Bueno, en nombre de Promo Italia, que es una empresa italiana de fabricación, digamos, con todos los estándares de calidad de la Comunidad Europea, como decía Gaby, pues no hay que dejarle tampoco importancia a todos los productos que son fabricados en Europa. Y bueno, somos una empresa italiana con 35 años de experiencia en el mundo de la estética. Innovativa, somos empresa que siempre estamos en tendencia de no solamente de las necesidades del cliente, sino también de lo que puede haber más allá en un futuro, ¿no? Estamos ahorita con la presencia del doctor Siliha, que es nuestro speaker internacional de la academia en Milán. Tenemos una academia muy grande para capacitarlos a ustedes, doctores, en donde los distribuidores o los mismos clientes finales, como son ustedes, doctores, se pueden capacitar en más de 125 productos que tenemos en nuestra empresa, tanto como son medical devices, que somos muy fuertes en la fabricación de equipos para las cirugías estéticas, y también tenemos un portafolio inmenso de cosméticos y también dispositivos médicos inyectivos. Entonces, muy contentos de que estemos aquí en presencia de Promo Italia, en Guatemala, un gran país que sé que tiene unos especialistas de primera calidad. Y nada, pues sin más preámbulos, vamos a empezar este workshop en compañía del doctor Siliha, a que nos acompaña el día de hoy.
Good morning. How are you guys? I hope gonna be. No. No. Where is the device? Is this side or that side? This side. Okay. Okay. Now it's better. So good morning, everyone. I hope you had a good sleep. Today we are going to speak about some interesting products. We're going to speak about 3 products which are NUCLEOFILL. We're going to speak about REACH-PL and also DETK. To start with, I have to tell you that Promo Italia is a company, and it's an Italian company. It's an Italian company that has been in the medical aesthetic field for the past 30 years. We have offices around the world. We have in Miami, in Vancouver, in Dubai, in the headquarters in Milan. We have another office in Naples. We have in London, Paris, almost everywhere. Ukraine, Russia. We have more than 130 products. We have more than 100 distributors around the world. And it's a pleasure for me to be with you today. So today we are going to start our speech with NUCLEOFILL.
Una pregunta antes de que empecemos. El doctor no habla español. ¿Ustedes hablan todos inglés o quisieran una traducción simultánea en español? ¿No hablas inglés? Ah, perfecto. ¿Todos hablan inglés? Listo.
Okay. Sorry if I have to apologize for me not speaking in Spanish, but I hope next time I'll be coming here, I will be speaking Spanish. Oh. So until she finds out, I just want to speak about that all our products are Italian made and they all have the CE mark, medical CE. Let me just use that time to discuss the difference between FDA and CE. Of course, everyone is speaking about the importance of FDA, which is a certificate that is issued from the from the Food and Drug Administration. It's very important, but it is also more important to note that FDA measures only one measurement, which is the safety, but CE measures both safety and efficacy. So all our products are made of, they have European Medical CE. Yeah, I know. Do you guys have the pointer or no? Okay, perfect. So this will be much easier for all of us. Okay, so what is polydeoxyribonucleotides? Why are we speaking about it today? Polydeoxyribonucleotides, they are the molecules that constitute our DNA and our RNA. It's very important also to note that our bodies are accustomed to manufacture whatever the end product of the whatever raw material you provide. For example, if I'm going to the gym, I need to eat more amino acids to help my body to manufacture proteins. If the muscle receives a lot of glucose, it transforms that or it manufactures glycogen. So it's the same. When I supply my tissues with polydeoxyribonucleotides, then my body will build more DNA and more RNA. Having more DNA means better cellular division, more healthy environment. Having more RNA means more cellular activity for all of the cellular metabolism. So you are you're making the environment more perfect or more healthy for the tissues. There is a product, now because we're live I cannot say the name, so there is a product that is very well known for its ability to have liquid lifting. This product is made of hyaluronic acid. It's made of hyaluronic acid, 2 different molecular weights. They're not free, they're not cross-linked, they are hybrid, and it does a good job when it comes to lifting. Yes, this is true, but what is the function of hyaluronic acid in our bodies? What is the function of hyaluronic acid in our bodies? It's, sorry? Hydrating. And with this hydration, it boosts a little bit, stimulates a little bit collagen production. But if we have a product that will create a better environment for all our cellular activity, then definitely this is going to have a better effect. Also, we need to note that polydeoxyribonucleotides, they activate certain receptors also in both the tissue level, the vascular level, and also on the adipose tissue. Can we close the door? Because there's too much light in my face. Okay. All right, it's fine, it's fine. Okay, so polydeoxyribonucleotides, they activate certain receptors in our bodies. It activates CD39 and CD40 in the tissue level. It activates A2 receptor in the vascular level. It activates A2 receptor in the adipose tissue level. It's also important to speak about the molecular weight. All right, so the molecular weights and the differences of molecular weights. The low molecular weight, the difference between low molecular weight and high molecular weight molecules is that we gather more than one molecule to make one big one, then you have a higher particle, which is a high molecular weight. So what is the difference and what are the benefits of having a high molecular weight versus what is the pros and cons? Anybody knows? Which one? Okay. And a better diffusion force. Okay? So when I have a product that is of low molecular weight, then usually it stays on the surface, gets absorbed more easily, and it has a better diffusion force. When I have a high molecular weight, then it definitely stays in the deeper layers of the tissues, and it also it stays where you inject it. It does not have a more powerful diffusion force. So what are the effects that we are speaking about today? The effects are going to be hydrating effect, thanks to the molecules that we are injecting. It has a huge surface area that can attract water. So you are boosting the hydration effect of the tissues. Also, it has a scavenger effect for the free radicals. So, but it's a long-lasting effect. Why? If you have a high, if this molecule has high affinity to attract free radicals, also when your body starts to metabolize them, when your body starts to break them down, you have a higher surface area of molecules that attract also free radicals. So it has a very powerful and antioxidant effect. It has a stimulating effect, as I said, in CD39 and CD40. Can we please lower the voice down, because my mic is going to be screaming every time I try to change? Whenever I go back to here to change the slide, it's gonna scream the mic. Yes, perfect. Thank you. Okay, so what is the effect of activating CD39 and CD40 in the fibroblasts? These receptors, when activated, it transforms fibroblast into a myofibroblast. What is the difference between myofibroblast and fibroblast? Myofibroblast, it deposits myofibrin. So the fibrin with the ability to contract. Fibrin with the ability to make your skin more firm. So it's like you're sending your skin to the gym. Okay, so it's working out. So you have a firmer skin and you have a more powerful lifting force. Also, on the vascular level, it activates receptor A2, which is stimulating neovascularization. So you are providing your cells with a material that does increase the amount of fibrin and collagen, increase the amount of elastin. Also, it produces or stimulates neovascularization. So your tissues are getting more nutrition, and thus it's much healthier. And lastly, on the deep tissue level. So it activates also the same A2 receptor on the adipose tissue, where it will activate the adipose tissues to regenerate. The aging process is a process of loss of bone thinning, loss of volume, and with this loss of volume and thinning of the bones, you get the skin saggy. And that's how this product, when injected in the adipose tissue, it activates, it becomes a little bit bigger. So you are at least providing your cells with some adipose tissue ready. So, NUCLEOFILL is a medical CE mark. So it is safe, it's injectable, it's sterile, it's certified, it's highly purified. And where does it come from? Anybody attended yesterday? You did. Salmon, wild salmon. Okay. Because we have also competitors that are, some competitors, they try to copy us, and they have some polynucleotides, but it's not from salmon. So what is the difference between the salmon one and the other fish polydeoxyribonucleotides? The other ones, it has more heavy metals, more uracil, so it's more toxic. This one is safe, it's highly purified. I've never seen a single case from NUCLEOFILL that had allergy. I have seen or heard many cases throughout my job that had cases of allergy from Korean brands. Okay, so what is our range? We have NUCLEOFILL medium, we have NUCLEOFILL strong, we have NUCLEOFILL soft for the eyes, and we have NUCLEOFILL for the hair. What are the differences between them? The molecular weight. So for NUCLEOFILL medium, you have a 2% gel of a high molecular weight, 2,500 kilodalton, And you have it in a 1.5 ml vial with two 30 gauge needles. You have a viscosity of 28 to 43. What would I use this product for? I would use it for a girl who is or a woman in her 30s, and not too much aged face. I would use it to prepare my skin for other treatments like surgery, like PRP, like fractional lasers, like peelings. I will use this product for this and to have a mild lifting effect. Okay? For the strong, it's the same molecular weight, but you have a more concentration. It's a 2.5 gel. It also comes in a 1.5 ml needle, a syringe with two 30 gauge needles, and it is the viscosity for it will be much higher. You'll have it at 43 to 68 or 48 to 65. And what would I use the strong for? For liquid lifting, for the real effect of liquid lifting, because it works, as we said, it works on the 3 levels, it works on the tissue level, it works on the vascular level, and it also activates your full cellular metabolism. So, what are the techniques of injections? I use 3 types of techniques to inject. I either use the 5 points technique, or I use a cannula in a fan shape, or I use the multi-pricking technique. The multi-pricking is very easy. I usually use it, it's a 1 centimeter per point, 1 centimeter apart per point, and I inject around 0.1 or 0.05, depends on the area that I want to cover. And I use it mainly for the hands, for the neck, or for the people who are having a very aged face, like people who are working in the sun or older people, because it covers a more surface area, and thus you have a better effect. For the 5 points, I think everybody here knows the 5 points, but we will just revive them together. So the first point is a point that is 2 centimeters below the lateral canthus. The second point is going to be a 1 centimeter more lateral to the Illenizai. Third one is going to be a point that is 1 centimeter more medial to the tragus. The fourth point is going to be a point that divides the marionette line, but you take it to 1.5 or 1 centimeter more medial towards the chin. And the last one is going to be 1.5 centimeter above the angle of the mandible. With the cannula, it's very easy to apply. You use the same 2 points, actually, the one for the angle of the mandible and the marionette, but this time the 1.5 centimeter will be more lateral, not medial. And for the cheeks, I use CK1, or the point that on the zygomatic arch to cover the full cheeks. So for the multi-pricking technique, as I already showed it here, it's a 1 centimeter apart. It's very useful to be used in the neck. It's very useful also to be used in the hands or in the feet, in the décolleté, and also for very aged face. I love to combine therapies. In my office, I usually combine services. So I usually use NUCLEOFILL to prepare for surgeries. I use NUCLEOFILL to prepare for fractional laser. I use NUCLEOFILL to prepare for peeling or even post-surgery. It improves, of course, the scar, because operating in a wound or on a skin that is more hydrated and more moisturized is way better, and the healing power is way higher than normal skin or a dry skin. Lastly, in such a case, I will use 4 sessions or 3 sessions, 1 week apart. Depends on which type of skin that I have. I will use the strong or the medium. For For the 5 points technique, I usually use strong only, 5 points. So you use 4 sessions of strong, 1 every 2 weeks. And for a very damaged skin, for a very old lady, I usually mix between medium and strong. Why? To stop the receptor downgrading. It's not advisable to keep always pushing so high concentration of a material. Then I usually put one session, the first session as a medium, and then the second session is strong, the third session is a strong, and then 1 medium, and then 1 strong. And of course, every session is 2 weeks apart from the next one. For nucleophile eyes, its molecular weight is going to be very low. The molecular weight is going to be very, very low. Why? Because the skin here is very delicate. I want my product to move, to have a higher diffusion force, a less viscosity, so that it can be injected more easily. So you would find here the molecular weight as 50 to 100 kilodaltons, and the viscosity as 28 to 35. The vials here are 2 ml. So I usually have two methods of injection, or 2 techniques of injection. I use a multi-pricking technique, and I will show the picture for that, or I use a cannula. When I use a cannula, I usually do on 2 levels, in the superficial level and the deep level, to cover more surface area in the tear trough. But how would it help me in the tear trough? It's already said information. How? Wake up. We need to wake up everyone. Even myself. I'm trying. Anyway, so it helps me because it works on the tissue level. So when it works on the tissue level and you have a more fiber and more collagen, then you have a thicker skin. When you have a thicker skin and a more firm skin, then it will remove the fine wrinkles of the eyes. When it absorbs water, it will help us to have a thicker skin, so it will help us with the dark circles. And lastly, activating the vascular receptors, it will help with improving the stagnant blood flow that we have already. Everybody has a more stagnant circulation around the eyes than in the rest of his body. So it helps with the dark circles, it helps with the skin laxity, and also with the fine wrinkles. I use usually 2 sessions, 2 weeks apart of NUCLEOFILL soft. So we inject I inject them 2 weeks apart. This is how I do the multi-pricking technique, which is a 1 centimeter apart points, but on 2 levels. And if you notice that those points, the second line is not going to be on the same points. It will be centralized. It's like doing a zigzag to cover a more surface area. And then you have the cannula technique. It's retrograde. I just cover the full length of my tear trough. I also use cannula and I use needles in the upper tear trough, but most of the problems of the tear trough, of the area around the eye is going to be in the lower eyelid. Lastly, NUCLEOFILL hair. NUCLEOFILL hair is also coming in a 2 ml vial, and it helps with hair loss. It is a major method of treatment in my office for treatment of hair fall. I use it as a mixture with, or in a combination with different other products. It's very effective. This is a new concept. Again, we are speaking about a material that is not present in a lot of other competitor companies. When we invented it, we were the first ones, but this was 2019. And then COVID came and the world stopped, but Korea didn't. So anyway, now we have some competitors for it, but again, this is going to be, it's one of our best sellers. We usually go out of stock because everybody is asking for it. NUCLEOFILL hair, it helps with the A2 receptors, so it improves the vascularity of the hair bulb, because everybody knows that the main reason of the hair fall, including the androgenic alopecia, is through vasoconstriction at the level of the hair bulb. So improving the hair, improving the texture, improving the nutrition, improving the fibrin and collagen that is available already in the scalp, it will improve the hair growth. Okay, so any questions for this product? I do one session every 2 weeks. Hair transplantation? I don't do personally hair transplantations, but I would use it before. I would use it before to prepare my skin. It's a more, because everybody knows that our skin, even the hair, it does not get the nutrition through blood vessels. It's just in the final layer, in the very, I'm a plastic surgeon, so excuse my medical terms when it comes to the dermatology. So anyway, in the very superficial layers, it's just the nutrition just flows in the skin. So if you have a dehydrated skin, then you have less ability of nutrients to flow to the hair bulb, to the skin, to everything. So I usually like to prepare my skin with free hyaluronic acid, with NUCLEOFILL. I'm not speaking specifically about hair transplantation, but usually if I would do a hair transplantation, I would do PRP, I would do NUCLEOFILL, I would do stem cells, just to help get a better environment for the follicles that's going to be implanted. Any other questions? Okay. Fillers.
Before fillers.
I would use 2 sessions, 1 week apart, and then like today I would do 1 session. After 1 week I will do 1 session, and after 1 week I will do the fillers.
And after the fillers,
After the fillers, I would wait. Usually around the eyes, I am a person with the fillers. I don't touch it. I don't touch it again for 3 weeks, because there is always, swelling or edema is composed of 2 components: visible, like macroscopic, and microscopic. So after 10 days, you get the macroscopic one is over, but the tissues are still spongy. So I would rather not to touch. I mean, this is my personal opinion, not the company. So my personal opinion would be that I would wait at least for 3 weeks. Okay? So, now we're going to speak about a very, 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 very interesting topic. Okay? So, it will be very short, but it's going to be fruitful. I hope so. So, there is a product. As a person, I love polylactic acid. Okay? Polylactic acid is a material or an ingredient that is very useful in boosting the hydration, increasing the fibrin and collagen like nothing else. Actually, calcium hydroxyapatite as well. But anyway, it's very easy. There is only one product in the market that is made of polylactic acid. It's amazing. The results are good. It's super expensive. But this is not the important points. All of these issues I can handle. But what I can't handle is the logistics of injection. I need to prepare it 24 to 48 hours before injection. So if I have my client today and she's in my office, she's ready to pay, she's ready with indication, she's in, I just can't because I need to reconstitute it. And how many patients are for each vial? Each vial is for how many patients? Around 3. Around 3. So around 3, I need to gather 3 patients on one day, because after 4 to 5 days you need to trash it away. It's like water. You can drink it. I mean, this is how it goes. So too many logistics to be injected. And this is the main issue, I think. I mean, by the way, it's not available in Egypt. We never had a chance. No distributor wanted to get it because in Egypt it's a little bit different. But, I mean, you would have a client that she would say that she's coming and then she doesn't show up. So I mean, everybody would lose money for that. So anyway, it's a lot of logistics to be injected. Also, you need to wait for at least 2 to 3 months to see a result. The final result is after 6 to 8 months. Okay, this is the final result. So it's a building up process. I love the product, but I don't like the logistics at all. Okay, so our research and development department, they changed that. They provided us with the first liquid form of polylactic acid, ready to use. So, of course, they are not magicians, and the other main company should have done that, but it's because we have used another solvent, which is hyaluronic acid, cross-linked 20 milligrams. So this is a 10 ml vial that is enough for around 5 patients. I will just speak. We don't need the slides so much for this one. So it's a 10 ml vial, ready to use, a mixture of both hyaluronic acid cross-linked of 20 milligrams and 20 milligrams concentration of polylactic acid. And the hyaluronic acid will protect your polylactic acid molecules from being dissolved. So you have the vial, I would say it is safe to use for the full length of its expiration date. And you get the benefit of delivering an immediate result to your patient. But how? How can I deliver a result immediately to a patient? Hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid. Because you're injecting hyaluronic acid, 20 milligrams with cross-linked with BDDE. So it's actually like injecting 3 ampoules of filler. If you put 1.5 ml and 1.5 ml per side, then it's like injecting 3 mLs of filler. The result is going to be okay-ish. I mean, she's going to see a difference. So by the time your body starts to metabolize the hyaluronic acid, it's the time that your body is already reacting to the polylactic acid. So it's a progressing result. Okay? I have an issue with electricity. I need someone to fix it. Can somebody please make sure that it's charging? Because I mean, it's gonna switch off now. No. Oh yes, now, perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, so we use this product for both face and body. We can inject, of course, in the buttocks. I prefer to inject hyaluronic acid now in the buttocks, but of course this is going to solve the problems of the skin and skin laxity in the buttocks. So in cases of injection of the face, I would suggest to use 1 ml per side. This means the vial is enough for 5 patients, and if I'm going to use it for body, then I would highly suggest to use 3 ml per side, so the vial is enough for around 2 patients. I recommend to do 2 sessions or 3 sessions, 1 month or 2 months apart, depending on the texture of the skin. So if she is very old, if the patient is very old, then I usually do a session every 1 month. If she is 30s, beginning of the 40s, then I would use a 2 months period between each session. This is the only picture that I have before and after, and it's after 3 days. So definitely, it's not the fact that we are watching is not from the polylactic acid, but it's more of the hyaluronic acid that is present. After 2 to 3 months, this patient is going to look magnificent. Any questions for this product? Sorry? Sorry?
You didn't inject fillers?
No, because it is already, it is the polylactic.
I was asking you if you propose,
No, it's already, it has hyaluronic acid, so the result looks like filler injection, of course, but it's just the breech PL. You're welcome. Any other question? Okay, so we move to ZK. Okay, so it's not only our R&D department that are working on like hard, it's also our marketing team. So they usually do a good job with the packing. Where's the box? So this is a peeling. So this is a peeling. For me, actually, it doesn't look like a peeling. It looks like an iPhone. Okay, this is why I always say that our marketing team are working like really hard. So this is the first triphasic peeling that we have in the market. We have a lot of monophasic peelings. We have biphasic. Some companies manufacture biphasic peelings, but this is a triphasic one. Also iPhone is very difficult to open. This is like the 5th workshop that I do. I have the same difficulty every time. All right. It looks good. This is why I opened it. So anyway, so you can pass it along, and I want you to keep it that way. I want you to note that this is a 3 layers. There is a superficial one that is transparent, blue, and then yellow. You can pass it over. Not now. Not now. We will. Not now. I will speak about everything. No. You're welcome. Okay. So this is the first triphasic peeling that we have. Also, this is a very powerful peeling. Why would I be traveling all this distance to speak about a peeling? Because it's innovative. But how is it innovative? It has 3 layers. The 3 layers are made of different ingredients. The first layer is going to have 2, the one that is transparent is above, has 2 low molecular weight hyaluronic acid, and it has mint and lemon essential oils. You can smell that, please. You're welcome. Yeah. They are? No, the nucleophil. Yeah, the polynucleotides.
And if you are allergic to fish, what to do?
This is a highly purified one. So you only extract the polynucleotides. We don't have the protein residuals from it. I've never seen a single case, but this does not mean it's not going to happen. I mean, if it happens, like this person is allergic to such a product. But I never seen or heard. Like, I travel really a lot. I do a lot of workshops, so I meet a lot of doctors, but I never had a case to be asked about. So the first layer is made of 2 molecular weights of hyaluronic acid. It has also mint and lemon essential oils. The lemon and mint essential oils, they do a refreshing boost to our skin. Okay? The 2 low molecular weight hyaluronic acid, they create a film that isolates my skin. So this is the moment that you have been waiting for. So when I shake it, I get a gel. Okay? It will then go back to its molecular weight. So anyway, I shake it very well, and then I open it up. I take a 1 ml in a syringe, and then I let it go. Okay? It's a game also. If you don't have much clients, like if there's a break. This one it's appealing. It's good. I keep it in the fridge. I think it doesn't have an expiry date on, it doesn't have an. I don't trash it away unless it's expired. For this one. Yeah, for sure. This one actually is even more. This one is until 2024.
No, if you open, you can use with another patient.
Yes, for sure. So, the first layer, we have 2 low molecular weight hyaluronic acid that creates a film, a protective film around the skin, and we will discuss in a few the effects of that on the skin. The second layer is made of 2 things. It has a high molecular weight hyaluronic acid and plant stem cells extract. What is the only fruit that has stem cells? Apples. Okay? So this has a high molecular weight hyaluronic acid and apple stem cells extract. What does that do? it does two things. First of all, the high molecular weight hyaluronic acid will diffuse to the deeper layers of the tissue and hydrates it, moisturizes it, so you have a better skin. So you have a better skin to heal the skin that has been destroyed or the layers that has been destroyed with the peeling. And also you have the plant stem cells extract that it will activate. It's like, honestly, writing stem cells is now everywhere, but usually they are growth factors. So it's a concentration of growth factors that activates my own stem cells. I'm going to show you a slide to show the difference between young and old stem cells. Lastly, we have the yellow layer, which is the peeling layer. We have for the first time succinic and monochloroacetic acid bound together in one molecule. This is one of the innovations in this product. It has succinic and monochloroacetic acid together bound in one molecule with a molecular force of 25%. So I would usually use a 25% acid on my elbows, my knees. I wouldn't use it on the face, to be honest. But this one is having other products that, other ingredients that will soothe the effect and help heal the skin in an easier way. It also has pyruvic, lactic, mandelic for whitening, ferulic acid, and fluorethylene. We have amino acids. We have vitamin A and C and E and B, group of vitamins to nourish the skin. We have biomimetic peptides. Here you don't have the product that I use. Actually, in the US, they don't have it. We have a mesotherapy line, and it's called Upgrade. Upgrade, it has biomimetic peptides. My clients, they know they are not coming to do mesotherapy, they're coming to do Upgrade. I mean, that was even years before I joined Promo Italia team. Like, if the client just calls me, do you have Upgrade? I say yes, she comes. If I say no, it's out of stock, she doesn't come. It's biomimetic peptides. Biomimetic peptides, these are proteins that are synthesized in our labs that have a similar structure to like insulin growth factor, so it really boosts the metabolism and activates your cell and tissues. And for the first time, we have probiotic extracts. Of course, now a lot of people, I mean, for the past couple of years, the people are using probiotics like on drinking and sometimes in collagen drinking, etc., etc. But now we are introducing the concept of having a probiotic extract directly to be added to a peeling. So, to see what is actually happening, first of all, I will show you how it works. Yeah. So this one. So the first layer, the opalescent one with the 2 low molecular weights, it creates a film that isolates the skin, and thus it stops the evaporation of water. Once you stop the evaporation of water, your channels tend to become wider. Okay, when you have your channels wider, you have also at the same moment the acid is starting to work on the superficial layers of the skin. When this acid starts to destroy the keratinocyte layer or the outermost layer, you are actually the one who will determine the effect of your session. If you leave your product for 3 to 5 minutes, then you get a superficial peeling, a very light peeling. It's like it will not exfoliate the skin. You will have some tightening, some redness, and then you can repeat the session every 2 weeks. But if you want to have real exfoliation like peeling, like if you want to correct some acne scars, if you want to remove some hyperpigmentations, then you can leave the product for up to 10 minutes. The product is safe for all kinds of skins. Here is one of the safest skin to try on. It's like our region. We are not super white, we are not black. We are not Asians. Asian people tend to have a very thick skin, but a very sensitive one, like more sensitive than the black color. I've tried it on many people from my skin color or my skin tone in my country, which are very similar to your skin. I've used it in Venezuela. I mean, this is my first trip to South America, so I don't have much experience, but I didn't see any horrible reaction. So I think it's very good. I would leave it for 10 minutes safely. And to go back, then it's actually, with time, after 5 minutes, you start to have the channels starting to become more wide, and your acid is starting to work on the deeper layers of the tissues. And finally, you have those channels is through which your nutrients are starting to go deep. Your vitamins, your amino acids, or your hyaluronic acid. So it's actually a new concept that is very useful. I've never seen a peeling that does both, like a fractional laser in power, because this succinic monochloroacetic acid together is a very powerful mix. But in the same time, it helps with the nutrition of the deeper layers to provide a safer result and a more effective one. So this slide that I wanted to show you about, or I wanted to talk about, which is the young stem cells. If you can see at day 14, day 21, and day 28, with the old stem cells, the cellular growth starts to halt. So it's not like really stopped. Even older patients, they have stem cells, but it's not working as efficiently as it does. This is the same old stem cells, but when we added the extract of Malus domestica stem cells, so it helped a lot to regain the power of cellular growth. The indications are very numerous. It's like any peeling, but it's a much safer one. It's a much stronger one. As I mentioned already, it's the first triphasic peeling that we have. So I use it for acne scars, post-acne scars, hyperpigmentations. For a mild effect, you are the person who controls the power of your product. The protocol is to do one session every 2 weeks in case if you are going to leave the product for only 3 to 5 minutes, and one session every 1 month if you are going to use it deep with exfoliation. How do we use the product? First of all, I clean the face very well with water or with makeup removal, and then I degrease it using alcohol. And after I use the alcohol, I use water again. I clean, I dry, and then I apply 1 ml of my product with a silicone brush. I leave it from 3 to 5 minutes for a mild effect. I leave it for 10 minutes for a more aggressive effect. And lastly, I wash it off with gauze and water, or cotton and water, and then I put any assuaging cream. It's very normal if I use it in a strong way that the patient might have some redness, feeling some hotness. It's like any other peeling. And just in case if it goes into the eye, we need to wash it very, very, very well with a lot of water. And of course, sunblock if she's going out in the sun or in the LEDs. And these are some before and after pictures. Here you can see the improvement in the white pores. Yeah, sure. Oh, sorry, okay. You're welcome. Okay. Here you can see the lifting effect and also the pores. So, any questions?
Do you neutralize it with just water?
Water. Only water. and you shouldn't see any frosting. If you see frosting at any certain point of time, then remove it immediately. It's like any normal peeling. If the patient is saying that they are feeling itchy, it's fine. I mean, this is normal. If she's feeling burning, then I usually would remove it. Of course, as a medical advisor of the company, I usually get the products a little bit ahead of the distributors. I use them, and it's a very new product. It's launched I did the launch in Paris, I think, 2 months ago. But I tried it on many patients, and it's fine. So I never saw frosting, I never saw a problem for it, but again, you need to also take, whenever even I get a new material in my own clinic that is not Promo Italia, even if I go and attend a workshop for it, I usually just take my time to understand how effective and how powerful my tool is. Sun, 1 week.
1 week?
Yeah. If you use it strong, 1 week. This is a peeling, like a real peeling. It's not like, of course, we have PQH, we have other products that is very soft. It does the effect of peeling, but in the dermal, deep dermal layers. But this one, it acts superficially as well. So I would suggest 1 week to stay away from the sun. I don't know the weather here in Guatemala, to be honest, but I mean, in summer, then definitely 1 week. Summer, right? Okay. So. Any moisturizing cream. We have the Vus Nail. I like the Vus Nail from Promo Italia, but any moisturizing cream would be fine. Any other questions? All right. So good morning again. It's been a pleasure to be with you today. I hope to see you again soon. Thank you.
Si gustan, vamos a tomar 5 minutos para un descanso en lo que vamos a preparar la camilla y ya las modelos están listas.
It's okay, I'm just cleaning. Alcohol. Ah, that's okay. If I thought you wanted to see it. Okay, so this is nucleophile hair until we're ready to show on the screen. Are you scared?
No.
He has. I don't know. I just met him now. I'm just getting to know. I didn't even. And what's your good name?
Cesar.
Sorry?
Cesar.
Cesar, okay. Caesar, yeah. And how old are you? How old are you?
45.
45, okay. And for how long did you have the hair starting to fall?
5 years.
5 years ago, okay. All right, we're ready? Okay. So the injections are going to be a little bit painful. I just don't want you to take it too deep. I will, whenever you need a break, just let me know that you need a break.
After using this product?
Zero. It's polynucleotide, so it's not something like, it's not like cross-linked hyaluronic acid that you can get bumpy.
Or like a secondary effect that you might notice, just to be aware of it?
Really, I would have told you, I'm a very frank person. Whenever it's not, for me, I work for a company, of course, and I'm honored to be their speaker, but at the same time, I'm a doctor. So whenever I see something that I feel is not right, I usually share it with my colleagues, because in the end, if I don't tell you that this is happening and it happens with you, you're not only going to blame the company, you're going to blame me as well. You will say, oh, he's not good. He didn't try it or whatever. So I'm a very frank person. You're welcome. Okay. You're welcome. You don't want to see it? All right. So it comes in a 2 ml vial. So it has 2 30 gauge needles. I usually use both. After 1 ml, I usually change the needle because the scalp is a thick skin. So usually the needle starts to be a little bit blunt, so it's more painful. And I adjust as much as I see. If the patient is like really in heaven, like he's not feeling anything, then I might not change it. So I already cleaned the anesthetic cream. I already cleaned with alcohol. Now I'm going to start my injections. I would always use the product all over the scalp, but I will focus on the area of hair fall. So needle prick is coming. Was it too painful? Okay, good. I inject 0.05 per point. 0.05, like just a little drop. Okay, it's like any hair treatment. For me, I never promised my clients to see any result before 3 months. The first result that they will see is after 1.5 months in the form of stopping or minimizing the hair loss or the hair fall. Then they will start to see baby hair after 2 months, 3 months, but this is the fastest they can see. I repeat it every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks. For like 6 sessions. Whenever you start to feel pain, just let me know. So it's a 1 centimeter apart. This is 2. This is 2, not 2.5. This is only 2. I inject the 2 in 1 session.
And you can just tell me
0.205.
What's the distance in between every
1 centimeter. Yeah, subcutaneous. Yeah. My hand, okay. How are you feeling? Fine? A little bit pinch, okay. All right, great. Now it's good? Okay. You're welcome. Yes, you can use it on the beard. But not to bring more hair. I mean, in the end, the beard, the eyebrows, they don't have the hair follicles. I mean, whenever you have, if you had them, and then they're like falling down, it's very, very, very rare. Okay, but usually people who ask for the beard, they don't have hair in that region, so you will not be able to create hair follicles. But if he has like stress alopecia, it can help with that. I mean, like as long as he has the hair follicles, he can help it. But only if it's not there, Impossible. We're almost done.
Hay lugares que es como 10 y otros como 3.
3 out of 10?
There are some places that are 10 and the other that are 3.
Okay, well, I need 3 more pricks and then I will tell you something. Okay. So,
Así es.
so a 10 out of 10 in pain is labor. Okay, so there is no 10. And for me, okay, all right. And for me, this is just my surgical point of view of pain, okay? For me, as long as the patient is not like a fish that just came out of the water, he's fine. He's 2 out of 10. Once he starts to be, ow, it's like he's like in Disneyland, then maybe, okay, it's 5. 6 or 7, he would open the door and walk away. Okay? All right, so anyway, I'm done. Sorry for the pain. You're such a good volunteer. Thank you for giving us the chance. Oh, and he say 10 out of 10. I don't, please. Microneedling, this is going to be a good idea, but the gel is viscous, so not much of the product will go inside. I love to use dermapen or dermabrasions in general, because usually it provides your materials in the superficial layers. So usually I use this product in combination of a protocol. Usually I would do, in that case, stem cells like AQ or something. I would use mesotherapy. Hair Plus for Promo Italia is very good. So these ones I would use half of the amount as injections and the rest in the dermapen. But this one I usually inject. It's very viscous to go inside, so you will have a lot of wasted material in the hair. I don't know if it's I don't know if you have the same brand here, but it's called AQ. AQ is it's an American brand. Yeah, it's named after a professor from UAE, Al-Qahtani. He's very famous. He has his own company for stem cells. They come from AQ. Stem cells?
No. I'm gonna look.
I don't know. I don't think even it will be found in the US. The doctor?
The doctor's name?
Ahmed.
Ahmed.
AHMED. Let me just search for it for you. Oh, that's me. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, this is the one I use in my clinic. Do we have our next volunteer? Okay. Please, but you will have swollen eyes for 1 or 2 days. No, for me it's okay. But it's not going to affect your work. But you have to know that you're gonna look puffy a little bit. I did it.
Yeah, you did for me.
That's why I'm laughing.
Nice to meet you.
I with all this traveling, I just forget.
Ahora hay que hacer un protocolo, doctora, no es de una sola aplicación. Si se hace esto, le invito a que haga o sea, 4 es, digamos,
25 gauge cannula. 25 gauge cannula.
si se presta.
Oh yeah. What? Perfect. Okay, so now we will do our second volunteer. But I think from the, like when you choose which side for you it's better. Like, no, I mean. All right, so first of all, we're going to clean the anesthetic cream. Do you have makeup today?
Yeah, but I wash it away before putting it.
Okay. I will use a cannula for you. Is that okay with you? You're allergic to that cream, I guess.
I'm allergic to everything. I have like a very delicate skin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I saw eye bags here, and I was like, okay, I didn't see that yesterday, but here now it's even swollen on the cheeks because they had it put down a little bit. So anyway. So the injection points, I will use a cannula. So I will just clean. I will not mark the injection point because for the cannula it's very easy. Choose whatever point that makes you feel comfortable. Okay, you can go down a little bit and rest. Perfect. You okay? Yeah. It's pretty hot, right? It burns, yeah. So I use a 25 gauge cannula. So don't worry, I just choose where. I think here is okay. Needle prick, sorry. You're shaking. Relax, relax, please. Okay, we will wait 20 seconds. I will change the opening. I mean, anyway, it was not so deep, so I don't want you to get a bruise. Was it painful?
No, not at all.
Okay. AC? Is the AC working? No, the AC there. Yeah, right. Yeah, this one is more painful.
Yeah.
This is a deep plane.
Okay.
Take your breath. You're gonna be fine. Just open your eyes and look to the ceiling.
To where?
To up. Yeah. Is it painful?
A little bit.
Discomfort?
Yeah. Yeah, discomfort.
Okay. This is deeper. Yeah, I know. The good news, we're about to be finished, so just bear with me. So I use a fan-shaped retrograde injection. We're almost done. I'll go superficial. Yeah. Have you ever had anything done under the eye? I'm done.
Okay.
Have you ever had anything done?
I have sugar threads for
Fillers?
revitalization. What?
Did you ever have fillers?
I have fillers.
Under the eye?
Yeah, I have fillers
Okay.
and 2 years ago, but doesn't work for me because then I got like puffy eyes for
Was-
3 months.
Was it also painful like that?
Worse. No, this one.
Okay, that's good. All right.
It's still bleeding?
Hmm?
Is it still bleeding?
Not that much, but I just don't want you to go to a bruise to your cases today. So anyway, it's not a filler, so it's not gonna have any like fullness. But for the next one day or two, you might feel it's a bit puffy.
Alright.
Anyway, I think it stopped, but just put your hand here, just in case. Yeah. Thank you. So now we move to the next side. Is it? Let me just see. Get you a new one. Not because of the anesthesia, it's because of me. I have a good hand. Thank you. I'm just kidding. I'm not an egoistic person at all. I have a very small ego. I'm very humble.
Yeah, surgeon. Surgeons have like a big ego.
I'm number one humble nurse. So, yeah. Okay. So, small needle prick. Sorry. Oh, that's not good. Every time we need to prick you twice.
Okay.
Yeah, quite unlucky. I am. So I usually, whenever I inject a patient, whenever I needle prick her and she's getting a big drop of blood, I usually stop. Because it will delay me around 30, 40 more seconds, but it will save the patient 2 to 3 days of some bruising that might affect her opinion in the full treatment. So I would rather spend 30, 40 more seconds. I usually talk with my client about anything, like
Do
really.
you still use the same hole?
No.
No.
Using the same hole is going to have the same trauma to the vessel again, but I use a really next to it hole, because usually it's the chances of having two blood vessels, like superficial ones that are like really close, is a little bit hard. So I would go here. Sorry. Yeah, now this one is better. Okay. No, sorry. No, it's fine. No, it's okay. I need 2 minutes and I'll be done. Just open your eyes, look up. Yeah. So I started this time with the superficial. I do a fanning technique, and then when I'm half, I go deeper. Sorry. And I'm done. Sorry for the pain. Usually the right side is much easier or less painful than the left side in most of the people. It's related to the dominant hemisphere.
Yeah, on the left side. Just right here.
So I will spend another 30 seconds just to secure that my bleeding is completely stopped, and I'll be done. Scared already? Scared? Okay.
Doctor, in case there's like any swelling or ink, like in the day after the procedure or something, can she take any type of painkiller?
Painkiller.
Like,
Anti-inflammatory?
Okay, to be honest, all right, I know, I don't know, but for me, to be honest, I try some stuff, and I tried this one. I didn't get pain on the next day, and I never had a patient who said that she was in pain. What I saw is some people, they have a little bit of swelling on the next day. And in this case, I don't know if you have Alphintern. You have a product called Alphintern here? It's like something that it takes off the edema. You have here? Because in the Gulf regions, they don't have it. I mean, I don't know why. It's not a...
is it going to be affected the outcome?
No, not at all. Not at all. No, not at all. If she's in pain, she can take, but I doubt that. I mean, you just moved like very smoothly with the cannula. It's not even, because here you don't even have to adjust your cannula like when you're doing a filler, and you have, because the filler is going to stay there, but this one is going to be absorbed. So you just try to be in the layers that you want, and you just disperse. So it's, your actions or your movements with the cannula is not as aggressive as with the fillers. So, and then the product is very soft, so actually it's very easy to inject. Okay, we're done. Sorry if you were in pain. You're welcome. Okay. And? Okay. Sure. Oh, hello. Hi, how are you? You speak English a little bit? Okay. So what's your name?
Ana María.
Anna Maria. Okay. Nice to meet you. How old are you? How? 50? 59, okay. All right, so today we're going to do nucleophil on your face, 5 points of injections, and we will have nucleophil for the eyes. Okay? All right. So now we are going to start with the marking. I'll first remove the anesthetic cream.
Pues a mí no entendí nada.
10 minutes? 10?
10 minutos. 10.
Okay.
No, la anestesia. 20.
Okay. So, I will show the 5 points technique for the nucleophil strong, and for the eyes I will do the multi-pricking technique so that you get the chance to see both. So the injection points are very easy to be done. Okay. So the first point for the 5 points is going to be 2 centimeters below the lateral canthus, which is here on the zygomatic arch. The second point is going to be a 1 centimeter away or more lateral from the aleni, so it's going to be here. This is a surgical one, so I will not inject in the typical point. I will just be a little bit near to it to avoid tattooing effect. The third point is going to be 1.5 or 1 centimeter more medial from the tragus. So it's here. The fourth point is going to be the middle of the marionette, which is this one. So I go 1.5 ml more medial towards the chin. And the last point is I try to find my angle. Can you please sit up a little bit? Yeah. Okay. So I touch, I get the angle of the mandible, 1.5 there. Okay. And then for the multi-pricking technique, I will use this point, this point, this point, this point, this point here. She has couple of vessels, so I will choose accordingly before I inject. Can you open your eyes, please, and look up? Okay. All right. So it's here, here. I try to be away from the vessels as much as I can. Okay. It's very easy. I never even mark in my own clinic. I mean, nobody even would do. So it's just next to one another. Stay away from the vessels. Of course, as they get older, you would find the vessels are more obvious. They're more thin. They get more bruising. So, but anyway, it's a nice drawing. I usually like to leave it like that. They go out like they're going to Halloween. So you see my points are usually like a zigzag. They're not on the same level. Okay. Now we draw the 5 points again. So it's 2 centimeters below the tear trough, the lateral canthus, 1 centimeter more medial to the tragus, 1 centimeter lateral to the Elanizae, the middle of the marionette, and then 1.5 centimeters more medial to it, and then the angle, can you please sit down? Angle of the mandible. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Any questions about the drawings? Okay. Now we start injections. This is strong. For the 5 points, we use the strong. I will sterilize. Now, because it's alcohol, it's like printing next to one another. So. Okay, so needle prick is coming. Don't worry, it's not going to be too painful. Painful? Painful? Do we? Do? Oh, do we? Okay, last point. So I just compress it a little bit. That's all. I'll go to the opposite side as well. So. I'm about to be done. So I finished the strong injection. Now we proceed for the eyes. Can you just... Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So please open your eyes and look to the ceiling. Don't worry, don't worry. Painful? Okay. No, this one is not going to be painful. This one is a very delicate skin. The product is much more less viscous than the strong. I mean, she didn't have too much pain. I can feel my patient. So she didn't have pain with the needle prick in the strong. But the speed of injection with the viscosity, just like the stretch, they feel it as a little bit of pain. So injecting the upper eyelid is the same like injecting the lower one. You just raise the skin up and you just introduce your material inside. One more prick and then you will be done. Okay. I just mold it so that it's not painful for the patient, or the patient does not feel worried about it. We go to the opposite side. So to be honest, she's very cooperative. Okay, close your eyes. Two more. One. Two. And I lied. I need one more. Okay. I'm done. Was too much painful? Um, oh. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. So the real problem will be removing the markings, to be honest, because this is a surgical marker that got really messy with the alcohol. So to remove it is going to be a little bit of a job. So let's see.
I have a makeup removing wipe.
We're going to do it because
Okay.
we have next.
Okay. All right. Muchas gracias. All right. So now this is injected in the multi-pricking technique. It's very easy. You just put dots 1 centimeter apart. I prefer to do a zigzag, so my other points usually are not on the same line. Her skin is looking for me fine, so I will just use my product everywhere. But if you have a piece or a part of the skin that is more thin, you can focus on that. But she has a beautiful skin. What is that?
No. The beautiful is...
Beauty costs some pain and a lot of money. That's what I tell to my clients. It's like, yeah. What is that? Beauty hurts. Hey, you're beautiful already.
Yes, I know. No.
Where is she? You see, it's not only me who have ego. All doctors have one. Anyway. Okay. So I inject a little bit. Was it too painful?
No,
Okay.
I'm a grandmother,
Oh, great.
so nothing is pain.
0.05.
It's for the beach.
Yes?
It's for the Easter time.
Uh-huh. Some of them would be more painful than others, right?
Yeah.
I'm halfway done, so I don't know if this is good news for you. We're almost done.
You can use that in the neck.
Yeah.
Okay. And always in zigzag.
Yeah, I prefer zigzag.
Okay.
It covers a better surface area. It disperses my product evenly. And we can do 2 more points. We have enough material. And we're done. So I'll just remove my marks. Was it too painful?
Can we also use this on the neck?
Yeah. Hands, feet, everywhere. I finished. I will just clean. So was it too painful?
No.
Okay, good. So usually when we are done, you will see some like papules. This is just a product. It will be absorbed. Okay. All right. You're welcome. Thank you. Okay. So this was everything for today. Now you're a little bit more puffy. Yeah, that's normal. That's normal. Don't worry. Yeah, you can see your eyes. It's like, oh. Yeah. All right. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming today. It's been really a pleasure and honor. And I hope to see you soon.
Letra, ¿sí? Entonces nos va a hacer favor el doctor. Doctor, could you please help us to pick a winner? Yes. H. Bueno, aquí tienes un cepillo 3 en 1. Un cepillo 3 en 1. Ahora vamos a tener otra ganadora. Could you please pick another one? ¿Puedes sacarlo para que lo vean? Gracias. I. I de E. Bien. Aquí tiene su. Ok, y tenemos uno más. One more. Sí. Felicidades. Tú eres la cera, aquí tienes un cepillo. Bueno, gracias a ti y a la doctora. Bueno, les queremos agradecer. Ha concluido el seminario. Nosotros vamos a tener grabado este seminario por si tienen alguna duda. Por supuesto hay un tiempo de edición, ¿verdad? Pero se los vamos a hacer llegar. Muchísimas gracias por participar y las que puedan quedarse el próximo seminario, que es a la 1:30, tenemos Skin Fill Body, que es el filler corporal de 50 ml, y luego tenemos un segundo seminario de Skin Fill Body a las 7 p.m. Entonces son más que bienvenidas y muchísimas gracias por su participación.